Hello everyone and welcome to Philamol 3D. I hope you all are doing well. So I am. In my previous video, I have discussed how I started a 3D printing business. But in this episode, mostly I will be discussing about the essentials, the tools that are required in this 3D printing business. Behind me you can see a lot of tools and the items that I have kept, and I will explain one by one about every tools, why it is important and why it is needed. Behind me you can also see that the other printer is running, so there might be a lot of noise in this video, but if possible let's just ignore that noise and focus on the video. So let's come to the topic. The first thing that you will need in this 3D printing business is a 3D printer, and based on your need and requirement and budget, you can go with one printers or many printers. In my case I went with two printers, both comes from the same company, that is Bambu Lab, and the model name is Bambu Lab A1. To know more about these printers, there are a lot of videos on YouTube, you can go search and know. So the second thing that you will need are the materials, and these materials are called filaments. These are basically plastics and are of various types based on needs and personal uses. Most common filaments that are used are called PLA. There are other types also called PETG, TPU, ASA, ABS, carbon fiber and nylon. But mostly I have used two types of filaments, that is PLA and PETG. So the third thing that you will need are these plates. You see there are two types of plates, both are of different texture. One has a texture and another has a matte finish. These plates will come as a standard with every 3D printers, and these are called PEI texture plate. This one is called cool plate. This one you need to buy separately, and this is something very important that when you start this 3D printing business you need to have this, as it requires less temperature for heating, and also it holds your printer with a very good grip and your prints will not go fail. But in this plate there is always a chance that your prints will go fail if you put those prints for a longer duration. Okay, so now the fourth thing that you need to add in your 3D printing business is this nozzle. These printers, and mostly every printers that are available currently in the market, comes with 0.4 mm diameter nozzle. But there are four types of currently nozzle available, that is 0.2 mm, 0.4 mm, 0.6 mm and 0.8 mm. Higher the diameter of the nozzle, the more flow of filaments will be, but also the details and everything will be less. So to get the fine details on the product, you can use 0.2 mm diameter nozzle, but based on your product you can add these nozzles. Currently I have 0.2 mm and 0.4 mm which is already installed in the printer. Sometimes when I need to get the fine details on the products, I use this nozzle. Now let's come to the fourth item that you will need is this build plate cleaner. This is called isopropyl alcohol, and mostly you can get this in any e-commerce platforms and from any local store. This is used to clean your build plate from the finger smudges and any kind of dirt. Now the sixth item that you will need is called filament cutter. This tool you can easily get from your local market and the local store. One more tool is the plier. It is very important to have this tool, as whenever the maintenance is required in your printer, you have the tool. Now the seventh item that I recommend you to have is this scraper. This scraper is used to remove the item from the build plate. This blade you will get as an accessory along with this printer, but this handle you need to print it by your own. The model and everything will be already available in different free platforms, so that you can just download and print it. Now the eighth item that you will need is called vernier scale. This vernier scale also you can get it from any of your local shop or from the e-commerce platform. So this vernier scale is very important to measure the size and the dimensions of your product. Now the next item that I will recommend for you to have is this lighter. It is not necessary that every prints that come out from this printer come as a finished product. Sometimes there are defaults also, and there are sometimes that you need to work to give a finish to your product. So at that time you need to have a burner torch so that you can give a nice touch to your product. The next item that we have is weighing machine. It is also important to have a weighing machine of any size based on your need, but I have this small which I use to weigh the weight of items and products, so that based on their weights I can estimate their price. And now the next item that I recommend you to have is this tape dispenser. It will just make your work very easier while packing things. And now the next item is this microfiber cloth. It is very important that you wipe the build plate with microfiber cloth. Okay, so one more item that I have is this thermal printer. So this printer is used to generate label and stickers for your product. So based on my research thing, I went with this company called Moonbeam. This is a very good printer and I don't require any ink. So currently I have two size of label. One is 2 by 1 inch for just printing the price, and the another label that I use is 4 by 6 inch inch label which is used for generating address. So the next item that I recommend you to have is packing box. It's very important that based on what kind of products you produce, you should have a good packaging. So based on your requirement and budget, choose the right size of the boxes that your products also remain safe and it get delivered to your customers. So now we have came to the conclusion of this video, and I hope that I was able to explain you about the essentials of every tools that are required in this 3D printing business. There are many more tools that are still required, but right now these are basic tools that you need to have while you start a 3D printing business. I hope you like this video and you enjoyed this video, and if you are very much interested in knowing upcoming series or episodes of this Philamold 3D, then do subscribe to this channel, and if you like the content, then do like and follow me. And if you have any kind of questions, then do write in the comment box and I make sure that I reply with a reasonable response. I hope to see you in the next series. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.